Hey everybody, D-Mac here. I wanted to come to you with a quick gear review on a piece of gear that I recently picked up that has been really excellent. I've enjoyed having this a lot in my camping kit now. What you're looking at is the GSI Pinnacle Dualist, made by GSI. It is a lightweight two-person cook set that can be used for extended periods of time, and I have come to love this pot. I've been able to take it down on quite a few camping trips, review it, make sure it's worked before I come to you guys with my quick review. I just wanted to give it a quick rundown real quick. The whole weight of the entire system is right at 20 ounces, so just a little over a pound, which isn't too bad when you get into it and you see all the functionality of it. First off, it's got a real nice little folding stow handle there to keep everything placed together. At the top, you've got a Lexan top. It's BPA free, and that's got the strainer holes in the actual top right there, so that you can use that for straining pasta and whatnot. Really excellent nice little lid for the pot. Along with that comes two mug lids, which we'll go into later. And then the basic core of the pot, the cook set here, is these two matching bowl sets made by GSI. They both hold 20 fluid ounces, both the mug and the bowl. And as you can see, they're 2-ply bowls stacked together in the pot. One of them coming with a little neoprene hand warmer there to keep the fluids warm in your hands from scalding. So you can use this one as a mug and this one as a cup or a bowl. The lids that you see that came with it earlier, they fit into the mug portion perfectly, and it's got a nice little sipper top there, so that you can use it either as a makeshift Tupperware, so you can cook, meal one or dish one and dish two, or you can use it as a mug for hot chocolate and coffee and whatnot. The pot is an excellent pot. It's a 1.8 liter aluminum pot with Teflon coating, really thin, and it boils water really fast, really consistently. It's easy to cook on, a little bit deep for some regular everyday cooking type of stuff, but I don't have an issue with that. I like having the larger pot now. And then also the stow bag. I'll show you that quick. I have it filled with water just so y'all can see. It is a factory taped bag with the heat welded seams on it, so that it is a excellent water storage while you're in camp. Fill up the sink bag right there with water, so you can up from the creek to boil and cook with, and then you can go fill it back up and use it for as a dish sink. So real convenient little bag that they stowed it away in. Also, it's shipped with two little collapsible sporks, which I destroyed in the first camping trip, so I subsequently threw those away. I have titanium sporks that I typically use, and I haven't had too many issues with the metal on metal in this cook set yet. As you can see, I don't really have any scratching or scoring on the inside of the pan. So now I'm going to throw this thing onto my stove here. I'm working with a MSR Whisperlight International 600, and I just wanted to boil up a pot of water real quick so you guys can see it running. Alright, so I got my fire going. Now I'm going to pour some water into the pot real quick, and we're going to get this thing boiling so you guys can see how fast this thing boils up a pot of water. Just a second. Bring in my little water bowl right here. I've got a little over a liter of water into the pot right here, so that's going to be a good representation of boiling right around the amount of Nalgene. So I'm going to throw the top on there, and I'm going to crank this baby up. Now, one thing I noticed on my pot that I had to cut away a little bit of is that with I'm sure some of you guys have the same issues with the Whisperlight International I do. The flame isn't quite as easily to control as some of the other stoves, and on windy days, or if you really got the heat going, pumping up, I actually right here, as you can see, I burned, these used to go all the way to the edge, but I burned the actual rubber from the flame coming up and around the sides of the pot. So keep that in mind while you're using your Dualist. That seems to be the only issue that I've come into so far with the unit. So far, other than that, I really enjoyed this cook set. Wouldn't review it if I didn't, if I wasn't feel so strongly about it. So you can see we're already starting to get some signs of boiling down there in the bottom of the pot. Give that thing about another minute or two, and she'll be rolling. But yeah, it packs away real great on the inside. GSI designed it so that you could fit a 4-ounce fuel bottle or butane bottle and MSR Pocket Rocket or Pocket Rocket style stove inside the cook set so that it'll all collapse together. Currently I carry minus the fuel bottle obviously, but I carry my Whisperlight International with the pump inside its carry bag there, and I'm able to fit that inside the mugs and cups inside the stove pot while I'm carrying, so it's a real nice self-contained unit. There's also in case you have issues putting the unit together or getting it back together, there's a nice little illustration right there of how you want to have everything set up to be able to make it fit more streamlined. Let's see how our pot of water is doing right quick. Yeah, you can see there we're starting to get a little bit of a boil. Give it another 30 seconds to a minute, and that thing will be ready for whatever meal it is that we're cooking for. By the way, this Whisperlight International, I don't think it really needs a review because it, you know, if you've ever used one or been around one, you'll know how amazing these little stoves are. I've carried this thing for 15 years now, and I've never had to take it apart. The only issue I ever had, I did have to get a new pump once about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but that's because I accidentally stepped on mine and cracked it in half. But other than that, I've had to tighten up the fittings every once in a while. I had a gas leak here for a little bit, but that fixed itself after tightening with the MSR tool. Really like that stove and would recommend it to anybody that's looking for a fairly lightweight pump stove that is multi-fuel. This thing burns diesel, kerosene, auto gas, jet fuel. God, the list just goes on, man. You can really use this thing anywhere with anything that you can get your hands on to burn. So this is where I typically do all my my traveling with whenever I go, whether I'm backpacking Europe or backpacking South America. This will be the cook set that I carry whenever I am doing any of those backpacking, just because of the you're not carrying around a pressurized canister inside an airplane, and I can get any type of fuel anywhere. And as you can see there, only about 2.5 minutes into the thing, we've got a nice little boil. It's not quite rolling yet. If that was creek water, you'd want to let that cook off for just a little bit more, but that gives you guys a good representation of how fast this thing really does boil up a pot of water. And like I said, that's a good liter right there, so that's a lot of water to boil in that short amount of time. Pot handles really well. That's about all I have to say about it. If you guys have any questions about the GSI Pinnacle Dualist or the stove for that matter, Whisperlight International 600, feel free to let me know in the comments or any messages. But I hope this helped you guys out.